Welcome to One Man's Movies Top 10 of the Year. This was my 2020 at the movies.
I don't think I can do this.
Was? Of course you can.
Now, where to begin?
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Hitler.
These guns aren't gonna shoot themselves.
Target's disappeared, sir.
Out!
Be excellent to each other. Ważni was no skat.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Pablo Escobar. Welcome to Sligo.
2020. What a year to forget in many ways, and yet it's brought me a wonderful new grandchild and helped me retire from the day job. So pretty much like my top 10 selection for this year, it's a pretty mixed bag. So without further ado, let's cut into my top 10 films, starting at number 10.
The world needs you. You know what you need to do.
I'm starting with some light-hearted fare. Patty Jenkins' follow-up to her first Wonder Woman movie, starring Gal Gadot as the Amazonian heroine. This was a movie that had good word of mouth when it first opened, but if I look on IMDb now, it's just full of 1-star and 2-star diatribes about the film. I don't care. My list, my choice.
These defendants had a plan, and the plan was to incite a riot.
I call this portion of the trial with friends like these.
And number 9, a more serious film, Aaron Sorkin's Trial of the Chicago 7. Set around the anti-Vietnam demonstrations of 1968, this was a movie originally slated to be directed by Steven Spielberg. But here Sorkin directs with great style and delivers a fabulous courtroom drama that's actually not quite as wordy and dense as some of his other offerings have been.
Officially, Fire Saga will be representing Iceland at Eurovision this year.
I hate them.
Absolutely terrible. They're old, disgusting people. But we have no choice.
So we're in. Yep.
At number 8, I have one of the most ridiculous comedies of the year, the Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga. Now, Will Ferrell has always been a bit hit and miss in my book, but Rachel McAdams I always find to be uniformly excellent as a comedienne. Here they work brilliantly together, and throw in Piers Brosnan as the gruff Icelandic father, and a bunch of murderous knife-wielding elves, and you have a real winner in my book. It made me laugh a lot. Did I love it? Yeah, ding dong!
I did it. I got the gig.
Must have been sudden for you.
What? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Help. I'm not done. Oh my goodness.
At my number 7 slot, I've selected Disney Pixar's Soul. Now, I only saw this film last night, so I've had to do some last-minute re-engineering of my list. But Pete Docter's film is just so wonderful to look at and great to listen to that I had to find a place for it in my list. Its message as well of not forgetting your dreams, but being able to focus on the small stuff that's wonderful in the here and now is bang on point to where I think we are at the moment in lockdown Britain. So, Soul makes my number 7.
I just want to see you loosen up.
I've got more important things on my mind.
Now, unlike Mark Commode, I'm not a huge fan of horror movies, but I had to put St. Maud firmly into my top 10 for this year. I say horror, but it's more psychological drama for most of its running time. The up-and-coming British director Rose Glass directs Morfydd Clark wonderfully as a disturbed religious zealot looking after Jennifer Ailes' cancer patient in a dank and dreary Scarborough in the middle of winter. It's memorably disturbing.
She's got a plan. I know it.
You think it involves us?
Don't you worry about that.
Betsy, what's going on?
Should we go see the big scary drug dealer now?
Yeah, I got Harry, Ron, and Hermione looking at me. I'll have to call you back. Bye-bye.
At number 5, I've put another comedy, Pixie. This was a little gem of a UK film directed by Barnaby Thompson. Olivia Cooke plays the titular character, outstandingly perky and likeable, on a bizarre getaway around the west of Ireland with Ben Hardy and Daryl McCormack. Cole Meany and Alec Baldwin also star as a pair of feuding Irish gangsters, and there are some outstanding lines such as the one about Pablo Escobar in my opening montage that made me roar with laughter. What's not to love?
My girls have a way of getting into mischief.
Well, so do I. This is Meg, Amy, Beth, and Joe.
And my number 4 is Greta Gerwig's follow-up to Lady Bird, her remake of Little Women. This was actually the first film I saw in 2020 at the cinema. Remember that, when we didn't know the word COVID and nobody knew where Wuhan was? This stars Saoirse Ronan and Florence Pugh, both outstanding, as is Eliza Scanlon, one of the breakout stars of 2020, heartbreaking as the sickly Beth. It also features a knockout score by Alexander Desplat. Wonderful.
그래도 그 돌멩이 때문에 부모님 얼굴도 뵙고 좋더라. 건강들 하시고.
거리가 없으셔도.
귀엽지? 네가 내 대신 얘 과외 선생님 좀 해줘라. 영어.
대학생인 척하라는 거야? 너 이 좋은 실력으로 왜 미대는 맨날 떨어지냐?
아이씨 죽을래.
서울대학교 문수 위조학과 뭐 이런 거 없나? 이 기정이에 수석이 박아야겠다.
I've put last year's Oscar winner Parasite in at my number 3. Director Boon Jong-ho takes us on a dramatic journey of low-life grifters before taking a sudden and dramatic left turn into the Twilight Zone. It's a trick Jordan Peele would be proud of. If you've not seen it, don't let the subtitles put you off. Dive on in, metaphorically speaking.
If we're not clever about this, no one will get to your brother. I will.
Filmed not far from where I'm sitting on Salisbury Plain, Sam Mendes' one-shot movie is a miracle of technological achievement. It's also utterly immersive, and I sat there transfixed in the cinema from beginning to end. It features an epic score by Thomas Newman, and his track, The Night Window, was actually my number 1 most listened to track on Spotify during the year. Like Tenet, it's a film you need to see multiple times, but this time not to understand it, but just to see where they've cleverly inserted all of the edits.
Emma.
And so to my number one, and this may come as a surprise to some of you, but I've put Emma as my top movie of 2020. It topped my list of the best trailers of 2020, so my expectations going in were extremely high, but for once I was not disappointed. Autumn de Wilde emerges as a fabulous female director, taking an anarchic take on Jane Austen's famous novel. Actress of the Hour Anya Taylor-Joy and Bill, do you feel a draft? Nye are fantastic as the father and daughter team of the Woodhouses, and Johnny Flynn, Plaid Man, so terrible in those Cineworld adverts, is wonderful as Mr. Knightley. It's wonderful to look at and wonderful to listen to with a great Isabel Waller-Bridge score. This is a movie I can reach for over and over again when I want my spirits to be lifted. Just fabulous. So that's my list for 2020. And for once I didn't have to have a massive battle with myself over which 10 to shortlist. Hopefully 2021 will see us getting more back to normal and give me a richer seam of films to mine at this same time next year. Until then, have a wonderful new year and a safe and happy 2021.